On my feedback, it's based on my experience. So you may disagree, and that's fine. But my heart and my motive is to try to help business owners. It's not easy being a business owner, so anything I say on here is just my honest feedback. This is just what I feel. But first of all, in my opinion, if you own a storefront salon, you are going to be relying on other people. You are going to be, I don't want to say totally relying on other people, but you are going to be heavily relying on other people. When you own a storefront salon, brick and mortar salon, and in my own personal opinion, you are going to be heavily relying on other people. And the reason that I say that is because when you own a storefront salon, the overhead is tremendous. I mean, you got rent coming every month. You got insurance that you have to have. In my salon, I had to pay 4 different types of taxes on the salon, on the business. It's a lot of overhead. I pay for all the hair products, all the shampoos, all the relaxer, all the color, credit card merchant fees. I pay for everything. And I did not have a booth rental salon. I had a commission salon, meaning that stylists don't pay a booth rent. So when you own a storefront salon, in my opinion, you are going to be heavily relying on other people. Now, I did have, here and there, sporadically, I had somebody maybe on a booth rental, maybe once or twice, but that was rare. So again, that's my feedback. That's what I feel. That's what I think. And I'm sticking to it. I think you're going to be heavily relying on other people, because there's no way you can own any type of storefront business, whether it's a salon, a restaurant, whatever it is. You cannot own any type of brick and mortar business, in my opinion, and just pay all the bills and all the overhead by yourself. You're going to have other people in there helping you out, other people in there working, other people in there helping to generate revenue.
Thank you.
So let's start with that. You're going to have to, in my opinion, hire other people. No way you're going to be able to do all this by yourself. So that's numero uno. So in my opinion, you need to get those chairs filled up. Now, if you're a storefront salon owner and you have 6, 7, 8 chairs, but you only got 2 hairstylists, then do the math. And you don't want to be relying on your own income as the owner. You don't want to rely on your income to pay the overhead. You want to rely on, the other people that work there. So again, if you have a storefront salon, I can't say it enough, you're going to have to heavily rely on other people. Just know that off the. If you got a storefront salon or you open one and you thought you was going to be able to do it all on your own without nobody else, that's a negatory. So I'm sure you see that now. But in my opinion, you need to always be marketing as a salon owner to try to bring in new talent. That should be consistent. You should be consistently doing that. That's my opinion. I'm going to stick to it. I stick to whatever I say here. Now, how do you hire stylists? You market. You first of all got to market, because how do people know that you're hiring if you're not marketing it? How do people know that you got 10 chairs but you only have 4 chairs filled and you have 6 chairs available? Like, how do people know that if you're not marketing? So in my opinion, if you own any kind of business, you should have every social media platform out there. And then if you don't have the time to work it, pay somebody to work it, or you get one of your team members, one of your stylists to do it, or your receptionist to do it, or an assistant to do it. But in my opinion, if you have a business, you should be on all social media platforms. Do not limit yourself. And if you're hiring hairstylists, if you have chairs available, you need to market. Put it out there that you're hiring. So in my opinion, again, for storefront salon owners, you have to understand too that seasoned hairstylists, which are hairstylists that have experience in the industry, that have a lot of experience, 9 times out of 10, you guys, they are not trying to work in a storefront salon.
Thank you.
Just go ahead and chalk it up. Just go ahead. And again, this is my opinion. This is what I really believe. I believe that seasoned hairstylists who have a lot of experience, they tend to have a clientele already. Normally, 9 times out of 10, in a ensuite are you gonna find them having their own storefront salon? Seasoned, experienced hairstylists. They are normally gonna be in a salon suite, or they're gonna have their own storefront salon. A lot of times you are not gonna find a very experienced hairstylist working in someone else's storefront salon. That's what I believe. Now, back in my day when I went to school for hair, there were no such thing as salon suites, working in a room by yourself. They didn't have anything like that back
What?
then. All they had was storefront salons. They did not have where you can work in a beauty supply store doing hair or whatever other setup. All they had was storefront salons. So stylists back then, we had to work as a team. We had to work with other stylists. We had to be around other people. We had to work as a team. You know, that's all. We had to make it work. We had to make it do what it do. But nowadays they have salon suites, and they have other things that you can do too. Like maybe some places may have, you know, a spa, and then have, you know, a chair in there. You know, it's other kind of things that you can set up where you can get your own room, you can get your own spaces. Even some stylists now who are getting salons in office parks. You know, you got that going on. But back in my day, all they had was storefront salons. There were no such thing as working in a room by yourself at all. So now there are salon suites, and there are other ways, you know, that you can get, you know, you can get your own place, even if it's a little room or 900 square feet. 800 square feet, 700 square feet. It's all kind of stuff out here. A plethora of things you can do now. Back in my day, you had to work in a storefront salon with a team. So now that you have all these options out here, now I feel that stylists who have a clientele, a solid book of business, they are trying to be in a salon suite, or they're trying to be having their own storefront. So if you have a storefront salon, you need to bear that in mind, because if you bear that in mind, if you don't go in stuff blindly, or you don't go in stuff with an assumption, if you know, then you can be prepared. Your heart can be better prepared for it. Your spirit can be better prepared for it. Your soul, your thoughts, and you can gear everything towards that. So that is what I feel like. I don't know if you agree or not. But I feel like if you have a storefront salon, you know, if you have 1 or 2 booth rental people in there, that's excellent. If you find some booth rental people. But nowadays, in my opinion, it's a challenge. It's probably going to be a challenge to find booth rental people, because a lot of times people who do hair, sometimes they'll do hair for some years and then they'll stop, and then they'll do something else, and then they'll go back into hair. And for the ones who see it as a career, that already have a solid book of business, in my opinion, they're in a salon suite, or like I said, they got their own storefront salon. So what does that leave the starter stylists, and that leaves stylists who may want to be on a commission structure, because they may not be wanting to do hair full time. They may just want to do hair part time. And so you as a storefront salon owner, you need to be open to commission, bringing in commission people. Now on my next video, I'm going to talk about commission, trying to help you with that. But for now, I'm just trying to get it in your head that, in my opinion, I think it's going to be a challenge to get seasoned stylists who want to do booth rental in a storefront salon. That's just my opinion. I think they got a suite, or they got their own storefront. So that's just what I think. Try to get at least 2. Try to get 2 booth rental people. Like if you can get 2 booth rental people, and then get you some commission people. But the goal is to fill up the chairs. Because in my opinion, like, to me, it defeats the purpose of having a storefront salon if you're going to have 6, 7, 8 chairs in there, and you only got 2 stylists in there. To me, you got to make that make sense. You got to make it make sense for me, because it don't really make sense to me. Because if you got a storefront salon, then, and you got all them chairs, you spend all the money getting chairs, all that money getting chairs and stations, then you want to get some people in there. So whether you get some braiders, some natural hairstylists, and you got to do things that attract, because stylists now, they're real particular about where they go. And if you have a storefront salon, they're going to be very particular. So what you have to do is try to do things and make offers that's going to bring people in. Whether you have to offer you know, some commission for a while or something like that. And, you know, again, I'll go into that on my next video. But you got to do something to draw people to your salon and make them want to come and work in there. And so in my opinion, before you open your storefront, you should have already had some stylists lined up that you were going to bring in. And that's just being prepared, because the light bill, the water bill, the gas bill, the rent, the insurance, everything continues to go on and on every month. So that means you gotta be having someone in there that's helping bring revenue in. And like I said, try to get 2. If you could get 3 booth rental people, that'll be wonderful. But the goal, in my opinion, is to try to get your chairs filled. And so however you have to work it, then work it. If you have to get some starter stylists, or if you have to get some stylists who kind of been in the industry, left the industry, trying to come back, they don't have a clientele, you know, that you may have to start them off on commission, do that. Do what you got to do to get those chairs filled up. If you have more chairs available, then like I said, go ahead and do some commission. Try to keep your chairs filled up, and then just know, in my opinion, that it's always kind of going, in this industry, it's always going to be a revolving door. Because sometimes stylists, you know, they want to do hair for a while, and then they may not want to do it after a while. You know, they may want to do it part-time, and then after a while, they may not want to do it at all. Or they may come to your salon, they may like your salon, and then they may end up leaving and going to another salon. So you always have to be prepared. So in my opinion, I think it's good if you just continue to always be marketing that you're hiring. Now, if you end up with too many stylists, that's wonderful, but you always want to be having it out there that you are hiring. So, you know, you always want to be marketing that. You want to have it on your website. You want to have it inside the salon with a sign up saying you're hiring. Because you don't know who might come in there with customer or friend or whatever. They may know somebody that's looking for a salon in the area where you're located. And so you want to do that as well. You want to have that up any kind of way that you can put it out there that you're hiring. You want to have that out there always. So like I said, sometimes they're going to come, sometimes they're going to go. Now, when I had my salon, my stylists, they were there for years, you know, for a long time. And that was a blessing, because I know that's not the norm. A lot of times stylists will stay in a salon for a long time, but sometimes they may stay 2-3 years and then they out. So I was blessed to have that. So again, you always want to be hiring. You always want to be marketing that you're hiring, and you always want your goal to be that you're keeping your chairs filled, because if you don't, it's not making sense to have empty chairs in your salon. You know, even if you're not trying to be at the salon all the time like that, you have to find maybe one of the stylists that you trust, that you can allow them to work more hours, and maybe you as the owner only want to work 3 days, and then have that other person, you know, kind of being a lead stylist or supervisor or whatever you want to call it as. But you need to have somebody that you can trust, because when you have a storefront, commercial business, property, a brick and mortar, there's no way you can do everything on your own. It's impossible. You got to have somebody that you can trust, because in business, that's a whole other video. But yeah, you want to try to keep your chairs filled up. You want to try to offer commission. You want to try to do things to keep people coming in. And you guys, you want to always be, you can do things like offer classes at your salon, or you can have other stylists come and offer classes at your salon, because when they come and they offer classes at your salon, then that's going to bring other stylists in who are going to see your salon and may come to the class, and then may end up liking your energy, your vibe. They may end up liking your salon and may be like, oh, this is a nice salon, you know, duh. So even if you have, you know, your storefront salon and it's just all your stations are wide open, maybe you want to kind of section off 1 or 2 of your stations so they can be almost like a suite kind of thing almost, so that people may like that, you know, where they have a key, they can close a door. You know, I think people just like this whole salon suite concept now. I think seasoned hairstylists, I think they like it. So, you know, if you have 8 stations, like when I had my salon, I had 2 stations in the back for braiders, and then I had 6 regular stations. So as a total, I had 8 stations. So if you have 8 stations or 10 stations or however many you have, and you see that you're not renting out all of that space, then maybe you want to take a little bit of square footage of that space and put maybe like 2 rooms, and you can have them be like salon suites almost, where they just got their own room, they got their own key or keypad on there, whatever you put on there, and then you charge like some competitive price for them. And then of course they have you gotta allow them to have that 24/7 out access, or you can let them have up until midnight access or something like that, and offer some kind of competitive price. But if you see you have stations that you're not gonna fill, they haven't been filled since you've been open, since you open your storefront, then you may have to just do that. Put some walls up and make maybe 2 rooms, or you can start off making 1 room and see how that goes. See if somebody want to rent that out. If it goes well, then get another one. You build another one. And then, you just got to make it do what it do. You got to always be thinking outside the box. Don't get complacent, and don't feel like, okay, it's no way out or it's no other way to do things. It's always a way to do things. And when you have it, even with a nail tech, you can have a room and let a nail tech use that room. And so sometimes people like salon suites, I think, because when they're in a salon suite, they're surrounded by other people, and I think they feel like, they may get more business that way. But for my husband and I, when we had our storefront, we did a lot of marketing, a lot of heavy marketing. We were not relying on the stylists to market our business. We just didn't think like that, and I definitely didn't think like that, because my goal for getting the business was to help people. So I think all people who open a business, in my opinion, they're probably doing it because they want to help somebody. But if you're not opening for that reason, then you're going to see at the end of the day, at some point, you are going to have to help people, because in this industry, you know what I'm saying, is sometimes people be seasoned, and sometimes people, do it part-time. Or sometimes people do hair for some years and then they stop and then they go back. So you're going to have a plethora, just like with any other industry, even in corporate, you're going to see that same kind of thing. So as an owner, you always got to keep an open mind, and you always got to be thinking one step ahead, always. And so like I said, when you offer these classes at your salon, even if you offer some free classes, even if you as an owner offer free classes, then a free look and learn class at your salon, and you have a storefront, well, that's a great way to get a bunch of hairstylists to come to your salon. Because guess what? You giving them a free class, and since COVID, I don't think, it don't be really a lot of this stuff going on now. A long time ago, it used to be a lot of classes everywhere. A lot of salons used to have classes. I'm retired now, but I don't think that goes on as much as it used to. So, if you own a storefront, start having classes maybe like once a quarter, every 6 months, have a class twice a year, something like that, and let it be free, and it's going to be look and learn. And then what's going to happen is you're going to get a lot of stylists that's going to come there and make sure you market it. A lot of hairstylists going to come and get this free class. And then while you're there, you're going to be having a sign up saying, I'm hiring. You're going to be having applications in there, online applications that people can fill out online. And you always want to have online applications on your website, because you don't know who is coming across your website, what potential stylist, what potential nail tech, what potential barber. So you always want to have on your website that you're hiring. And you also want to have on your website a way for people to go online and they can fill out an application. Because as an owner, you always want to be prepared, because you don't know who's coming across your website. So have all of that on there. You guys have that all on there so that people can go ahead and apply. And then when they apply online, it'll just text it to you, and then you can hit them up and see what's going on. And you have to realize that nowadays, 9 times out of 10, you're going to end up having to help stylists. Because the seasoned ones, they got their own storefront, or they in a salon suite. So bear in mind that you're probably going to get you know, starter stylists who just starting out or whatever. So you always got to be thinking about, what can I do to draw these people to my salon? What can I do to get these chairs filled? You should never give up. Never ever give up. I'll always be marketing that you're hiring stylists. You know, always be putting it out there. Always have it out there. You need to make sure you have a website. And so this is all I'm going to say for today. Always market yourself. Always believe in yourself. Always believe in your brand. Always stay encouraged. Always stay positive. Make sure as the owner you do things to stay stress-free, because it's very stressful owning a business. Make sure you walk or you go to the gym. Drink your water. Make sure you download when you get home. Take a hot bath. Make sure you have on the candles. Ask your husband or your significant other to rub your legs and feet. You know, get your deep tissue massages at least every 2-3 months. Take care of you and have some self-care so that you can always be stress-free and always promote your business. You know, when you always promote your business, that shows people that you care about your own business and that you are striving to go higher. Always, there was never a time that I did not promote my business, or never a time that I did not promote my hairstylist. I always promoted my team. I always promoted my business. When you do that, you guys, that's how you're gonna go up. Because God, He always gonna need that seed. Because for Him to do anything for us, He gonna need a seed. So I just want to encourage you today. My next video is going to be about commission. Please like this video, because when you like the video, if you even watch it for 5 minutes, please give me a like, because that's letting me know that more people want to see videos about business, you know. And usually I gear it towards the hair industry, but pretty much business is business. So no matter what kind of business you have, you know, all of these basic principles will apply. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please give me a thumbs up, and I'm gonna see you on the next video. If it's any kind of video you want to see, just drop it down in the comments, or you can just text me at the number on the screen and tell me what kind of video you want to see. Thanks so very much. I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace and blessings.